Good evening, folks. It's your boy Rick Zilla here, and this is going to be another edition to the Hambeast Chronicles, Part 6, where we look into where and why Shanny despises Dragnot Silvus. Shanny has been having this hateful grudge for Drag and his cohorts for about approximately 3 years. And they've even known each other even longer before that, during the days of Google Hangouts. So, let's get into it.
I am beyond pissed at you, Drag. And I know you're doing this for drama because that's what you like to do. You like to...
Oh, so this is from the Fundy Archives, August 12th, 2017. 3 years ago. And this was back when she still looked, how would you say, less colossal than... She looked a bit, I wouldn't say thinner than she does now, because we all know that she hasn't been thin enough to begin with. Just kidding.
Stir up drama and then pretend that you're some amazing intellectual, right?
Besides, the word I was going for is mobile. Yeah, she was more mobile during this time. I mean, and also she did have a job at this time. I think she was working as a nursing assistant at a nursing home. She was working at a part-time job at a nursing home, but she got fired for slacking off. Before that, she was working as a cab driver.
Well, rumor has it, a little birdie told me that you're talking about crap about me and Rev and my husband and a little love triangle we were having. Let me get some things clear. There was no love triangle between me and Rev News.
Yeah, there isn't. Yeah. Funny you should say that, because from what I heard from Chris, your ex-husband, you've been sexting with Jason behind his back and forth. So there's no love triangle between you two? Are you kidding me, Shanny? And this was old. But then again, this is one of her many lies.
What happened is me and Rev were brothers and sisters in Christ. My husband ended up...
Brothers and sisters in Christ? Phrasing, Shanny. Phrasing.
Really jealous about it. Well, he's not really my husband anymore, now is he? To top that off, Mr. Dragnot, since you want to be an ass.
Is that a moo-moo?
There's nothing, absolutely, and I will say this equivalently, there is nothing going on between me and Rev News because of so many things that have happened. Our relationship, our friendship is vitally pretty much over at this point. And,
yeah. They would end up getting married. Or actually, they would end up living with each other. Moving to Colorado, Japan in the near future. And she would eventually use him before and after she got arrested for domestic abuse charges. Before and after she gets arrested for domestic abuse charges. Sorry, I worded that wrong, but it is what it is. Let's continue. And just a side note, what does this what I'm going to be doing for the Hambeast Chronicles is I'm going to be looking over some old Shanny clips from back in the day on several archive channels. One of them is Fundy Archives, and the other I'm still trying to find out where to look for other classic Shanny clips from back in the day, even during the whole the moon is not real saga. I want to know where there's a link to some of the drunken peasant. Oh wait, no, I can just look at the drunken peasant archives and I can just look at that shit later on. But right now, let's see why Shanny has a grudge against drag. Hello, Rachel
I don't feel
Dragonfly.
too bad about it, to tell you the truth.
You're just in time for the
I've lost all interest
Shanny
in him
for the
this
dragoning
whole thing, so it really doesn't.
Rachel Dragonfly, you're just in time for the dragoning. Shanny's gonna. I'm looking at some of the classic Shanny clips from the Fundy Archives, and Shanny is going to explain why drag is a liar. And this was back in the day, back in the day of Google Hangouts, August 12th, 2017.
Doesn't really matter anymore. But you trying to talk that crap is just ridiculous. Thank you.
Also, hold on, let me go back to that. What
matter anymore?
Also, your internet friends did a stream covering this.
But you trying to talk that crap is just ridiculous.
Anyone who was fans of the internet friends, can you identify the beverage she is drinking out of? I know it's not a Baja Blast. That's a given, but any fans of Dragnot who was around, one of the Dragoons, identify the beverage that she's consuming from? Let me know in the chat. Yes, it is Oldie West videos in the internet times. The age of Google Hangouts and the age of Baja Blast. Oh, wait, this was before the Baja Blast beatdown.
Anything else? Waiting for my food.
This is basically a tradition that Shanny would partake in, like an after work ritual back when Shanny did work. I think Drag mentioned this when he was on your internet friends about this ritual that Shanny has, this post-work ritual that she would go to like some drive-in or drive-through to pick up food, just for herself and maybe even her boys. And that was before the whole mukbang thing came into place.
You're fine. All right. So anyway, now that I'm pulled ahead, waiting for my food. That's one thing I hate about Culver's.
Oh, Culver's.
You always have to wait for food.
Culver's.
But that is.
I think Culver's is in Minnesota, right? It's Culver's. So it's. What is Culver's, by the way? Is that some fast food joint somewhere in the Northeast? I saw this on Internet Friends, but I'm still concerned if there's. It's kind of like White Castle, right? Or no, not White Castle. It's like a In-N-Out or something. Anyone who lives in who knows about this whole Culver's, it's a burger joint. Okay.
Delicious. It's a brownie caramel concrete mixer, and I'm going to eat it while I'm waiting for food. Because that's what fat girls do when they're depressed, is they eat.
At least she admits that she's depressed. At least she did. At the time, she admits that she's a fat girl who is depressed. Now she has become, and this was back when she was just regular fat. Like the comedian Gabriel Iglesias said, there are, well, 5 levels of fat. There's the healthy, the husky, fluffy, there's damn, and then there's the 5th one. That is, oh hell nah. At this point, she is, well, I wouldn't say fluffy. She's basically in the middle of fluffy and damn. Now she is, oh hell nah.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, drag.
Hey, Twisted Skeptic. Hey, Rachel Dragonfly.
So there was no love triangle between me and Rev while I was with my husband. There was not. All there was love between a brother and sister in Christ.
Again, Shanny, phrasing.
And then after I got divorced, I got drunk one night, and he was drunk one night, and one thing happened over the phone to another.
And, oh yeah, I remember that part. I remember you were crying in your backyard. I mean, no, not your backyard, your parents' backyard, crying about how you want to be loved, how you want to be cherished. I need my Adam. I need my David. And then you called Rev Mr. J, and you tried to do a shitty Harley Quinn impression.
And that's what happened, and it happened for a couple weeks, and then it stopped because he's an asshole. So if you really want to know the truth, that's the truth that happened, and frankly, I don't care anymore.
Broke nuts.
You know, I got my fucking feelings played for, and bravo on the fucking player, may I say.
Again, I have to preface this. This was before she became immobile. Back when she still looked like a juicy berry. Well, even before the juicy berry comment.
Bravo on that. And frankly, it's pretty much turned me off to all men.
Is she wearing a Batman shirt?
All men, completely turned off from all men. Really don't want a man, to tell you the truth.
Also, you can tell that, of course, she keeps saying, remember when she keeps saying that how much she hates men and all that shit, and now that she's a lesbian, now she's a lesbian, and I wouldn't even consider Rev a man in the slightest. I'm just waiting for him to get his dick cut off.
What's the point of wanting a man? Drag, what is the point? You know, since you want to go and spread rumors even further about this stuff when nothing is happening at all.
Drag, can you explain to me what Shanny was talking about in this video about how you kept spreading rumors, trying to suggest that Shanny, Rev, and Chris were in a menage a trois love triangle bullshit? Can you explain to me what she's talking about in this video? Because I'm still a bit stumped to why she despises you to this day and why she always blames you for almost every problem she has in her life since then. But I think I already know the answer. It's because of your Jedi Sith mind tricks. You influenced the internet to say that Shanny was sexting Jason at the time.
I just want to get the fuck out of my state. Does that make any sense? And I want to live in a place where it's cheap rent and everything.
Don't we all?
I could care less.
I could
about
care
what
less
happens
either.
to Jason at this point. I really care less at this point because he's hurt me really bad and he's given me nothing but mixed signals for, I guess now, a couple months, just mixed fucking signals. And I'm tired of fucking mixed signals. I'm tired of my heart being played with. I'm tired of that shit. I deserve a lot better than being played with by men. So, frankly, I'm not interested.
And this was before she and Rev actually got together and started living together.
I am not interested at all. Thank you. Because, there comes a point to me when it comes to love. I think this is for me. Thank you. Yes.
The ritual of getting something to eat after work. Because from what I'm told that Shanny, this is her after work ritual. And this was back when she was working as an assistant at a nursing home or care facility, whatever.
Yes, that is me. Thank you.
Do you have a number?
No, well, they didn't give me a number. All right, thank you.
Culber's.
But anyway, there comes a point to me in my life after being played for
It's
and have
like
my
In and
heart
Out.
played with so many times where I lose complete interest in the dude. There was this one guy, and I'll go say his name was Greg, and I really liked this guy. Of course, me and Greg, we were.
Wasn't Greg in G-Man's streams when Shanny was trying to flirt with him? The whole rap battle bullshit.
Actually intimate with each other. I'm not going to go into the fine nitty-gritty details of it, but we were.
And she wore like a revealing top with a window of a tit flash. That was basically, and this was when she took pride in her appearances. Yeah, I mean, she actually put on the makeup and not caked it on like the clown she is right now, like the big fat clown she is right now.
Intimate with each other. And this is before I came to Chris, right? This is right before I went to Chris. Me and Chris knew each other. We were talking on the phone at the time. But no, I had a thing for this guy named Greg, right? So he just left me on a string, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then it got to the point where, you know what, dude, I'm losing all interest in you because I'm really tired. Looks like someone got in an accident. Thank God it's not me. But it got to the point where I really got tired of waiting for this guy, waiting for him to just show that he was a man.
Culber's. I might have to pay a
Greg never showed that he was a man.
I'm thinking maybe once this quarantine is over and I finally get to be able to drive, I might have to pay a visit to Culber's. I might have to take a road trip. When I get my driver's license, after this quarantine, after this pandemic, I'm going to have to take a road trip to find the Culber's. Excuse me.
And by the way, he just left me on a string, So I lost interest in him, and that's pretty much what happened with Rev News. Is I lost interest in him because there's only so much I can handle.
She would then eventually move in with Rev when they became more intimate. Intimate. Shanny vocabulary lowers your IQ. And I'm probably wrong for that.
Man, there's only so much I can take and only so much of this teasing back and forth thing I can handle. I don't want that. If a man wants me, he better be sure as hell that he wants me instead of playing me like a fiddle, because I ain't no damn fiddle.
They played us like a damn...
I'm not a fiddle. I'm a harp. I need to be stroked and loved. I need to...
She played us like a damn fiddle. And harp? Shanny, you're neither a harp or fiddle. You are basically the tuba. And I know, Todd, that's an insult to tubas because tubas are awesome. You know what? I think the instrument Shanny would be is a big dumb cello. Even that's an insult to cellos.
attention. Okay, this girl is the type of girl that needs attention, not to be played with little by little by little all the fucking time. I don't think so. That's not me. That'll never be me. They need to find a different person. So I mean,
well, Shanny said it best. She's the type of girl that needs attention. So that explains why she's always making up crazy shit. It's because she wants attention. Why she overreacts every time someone does a video about her. It's because she doesn't want to lose that type of attention that other people give her. Even though it's negative attention, it's still attention. And the fact that when Rev makes a video, you can hear Shanny in the background coaching him on what to say because she wants attention. And then she would interlude and make it all about herself. Again, she just wants attention. This is the part.
yeah, I'm not doing that shit. So you bringing that shit up is kind of irrelevant at this point because I felt like this for about a week and a half now. Pretty much given up on it all. You know, giving up on an idea that maybe he'll come to terms. Maybe he wouldn't be as shy as he is.
Maybe you should have stayed with that mindset and continued to, I don't know, better yourself. But you chose to get with another fucked up individual and made your life extremely worse than it already was at this time.
Just maybe. No. I don't know what his intention was. Maybe he wanted to learn some things from a woman. I don't know. But yeah, that's done and over with. I'm no longer interested in that. I feel like I was frankly lied to by him and played with. You know, he could try to explain things differently to me, but you know, like the cowardly men that I'm usually attracted to, they run away and don't say anything back. So
sorry about that. I had to laugh.
No, I don't need that. What I do need is a man that knows what he wants and will get what he wants. That's what I need. I need a real man, not a fake man.
She then got with Jason. I have to keep bringing that up. She eventually got with Jason, even though Jason is not a real man. He's just a little boy. He's just a little boy.
A man who's a boy child. And unfortunately,
man-child.
A lot of men that I deal with are boy childs.
Children.
They just want to play the game.
It's children, Shanny. Did you fail in English? Oh, wait, no. This is the type of person who never finished high school, so maybe she failed English.
But they don't really want to seal the deal. So, fuck that shit. I'm not into that. Nope. No, thank you. No, siree. You can go collect your whatever you want to collect, but I'm not into that, you know. You know, if you show interest in me, just show interest in me, not freaking play my heart and then be like, oops, I'm out. Nope.
I think Betty described it best when Shanny was in her singles phase, when she was still single after the divorce from Chris. Shanny would go on making videos bitching and crying about the fact that Jason wasn't fully her boyfriend at the time. And even when she wasn't trying to manipulate Jason into getting into a relationship with her, she was flirting with G-Man at that time because she was so desperate to find a guy who could make her happy. And either a choice between the shrunken head with the UTI infections or the baby carrot with the money.
Nope. 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 I work way too hard to deal with that shit. Way too hard. You know? And I work my butt off. And I'm just going to focus on Jesus.
I see that the numbers in my chat keep shifting. But let's change that. Anyone want to join? Anyone want to say, write your comment? Anyone who wants to join the live chat, link is in the description. The link to the video is in the description. If you want to join the live chat and just write your comments, there you go.
Christ, I ain't gonna focus on no Dane, man. What's the point?
Maybe she and Shanny should have kept that mindset even to this day. That way we wouldn't be in this. We wouldn't be here reviewing her bullshit that she's spewing to this day. And we wouldn't be mocking her massive immobile girth, calling her Jabba the Hutt or the Sarlacc pit or the Blob.
It's not like they respect me. It's not like they actually care anything about me or my feelings or how I feel about shit. You know, Jesus does, but he used that as an opportunity to go against my Lord. So you know, you really can't go against my Lord. You really can't, because you won't win in the end. In the end, he's going to show his power to you and take you apart little by little.
And this was before the whole God will avenge me bullshit. Because we all remember how she always keeps saying that God is her hitman. Does anyone remember that? Anybody remember the videos from earlier this year where she would say that God would smite her enemies? Her misanthrope and her benevolence usually shows in her early videos. You can see the signs of her malevolent behavior. Because she's so delusional. But here, this is before the descent into madness.
That's how he works. That's how he always works. That's how he'll always work. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, you know, Drag, you want to go and try to pick on me, go ahead. Go ahead and try to pick on me, but you ain't gonna win because I'm smarter than you.
Bullshit.
And, frankly,
I call bullshit. I mean, Drag is one smart dude. He's gonna be graduating soon. And what's Shanny doing right now? I don't know. Making up false claims suggesting that Drag and his Sith mind powers are manipulating people to turn against her. And also, she never finished high school. So there's that. And Jason is just a brainless troglodyte puppet.
I know more than you about things. And I know you're laughing right now saying, oh, you know more about me. I only give out the information that I want people to know. I don't give out my whole being because I don't believe in bragging who I am.
We all know that is a damn lie. In fact, that is one of her many lies that she always says. Aside from the fact that she always lies about how Chris sexually assaulted her when they were together and how Jason hit her when the night... Sorry, let me say that again. Sometimes I have to choose my words carefully, and I always have to start all over. But let's continue to say this. This is one of Shanny's many lies, claiming that she knows more than Drag. And we all know damn well that Shanny is infamous for being a pathological liar. The examples include Shanny accusing Chris of sexually assaulting her. The arrest video where she lied to the police suggesting that Rev hit her, and the recent shit that everyone who was involved with the Geek Room, Dragnot Silvis, Irate Alex, and anyone who's made videos on her, they're lying about her because, well, she doesn't want the truth to come out. And now she's going on this crusade trying to get people's information just to silence people. Again, because she doesn't want the world to know how much of a degenerate, narcissistic piece of human garbage she really is. And the people that she surrounds herself with are just about as mentally fucked as her.
Frankly, I could run loops about you, boy, so you can continue on being an ass, like telling rumors about things that are not true. Yeah, I had feelings for revenues, big whoopie doo. I had feelings for a lot of people in life, a lot of people in life I've had feelings for, but they always end up disappointing me in the end. So what's the point? Like, seriously, what's the point of wanting to be in a relationship with someone when you know they're just going to end up disappointing you?
I'm not going to lie. Before she became this ugly piece of human garbage who looks like a clown, a fat, ugly clown caked in makeup, she did take pride in her appearances. I mean, she wasn't as... And this was back when she had wrists.
In the end, and ripping your heart out at the scenes. He took a vulnerable woman in a vulnerable position. He got what he wanted, and he left. Just like any other fucking man. That's what they do. You know, they don't care about the woman. They don't really care about, trying to heal the woman's heart. No, they only care about taking a woman apart and getting what they want out of the situation. Well, he got what he wanted. I hope he's happy. And,
Well, do I believe that Shanny and Rev are polar opposites of one another? Yes, I do believe they are polar opposites. I mean, Shanny has I don't know what kind of what her political view is, but I know that she was a moderate leaning left. And Jason's political views are far right. Shanny believes that love conquers all or some stupid shit. And Rev believes in conspiracy theories, suggesting that the world is out to get him. I believe that they're both flat earthers. That's a given. But Rev is 10 times worse than Shanny. And I mean 10 times worse in the belief that, well, classic Shanny, but now Shanny is worse than Rev. And what's really sad about that is that, well, the tables do turn. And we know that the shit hits the fan once. You fling it into the ceiling. And that did not make any sense at all, because I'm just saying stupid shit just to buy the time, because honestly, I really, really didn't prepare for this shit. At least for the time being, I didn't prepare until now.
whatever. But see, you want to take advantage of the situation right now, Drag, and seriously, I'm not gonna let you take advantage of this very sensitive situation with me, because it is very sensitive to me.
Every situation is sensitive to you, Shanny. Even the shit that you put out there for everyone else to see, you take offense to Drag making videos on you. As a result,
Because it is my feelings, it is my heart that just has been crying and crying and crying and crying and crying and crying over this stuff.
yeah, Drag, stop making videos on Shanny. It hurts her fifis.
Because I never intended Chris to get as jealous as he did over me talking to Rev News about Jesus. I never intended Chris to go out and cheat on me either. I never intended any of this shit,
But there's a reason why your marriage didn't work. Again, you were basically a violent, narcissistic piece of human garbage. And let's not forget the fact that you got the cops called on you when you were still living with Chris at the time. And we all know that whole story with the brother-in-law and the Rougarou.
they continue to do that shit because men are fucking dogs. Men like taking advantage of women, like you are, Drag.
So Drag's a Rougarou too?
Like you, Drag. You want to take advantage of this situation. You're no better than him. You're just another dog-ass man trying to take advantage of a woman who's in a...
So Drag's a Rougarou. If anyone who lives in the Louisiana, Georgia, the swamplands of Louisiana, a Rougarou is basically the another term for a werewolf or dog man.
Very, very, very vulnerable state, may I add. So, you can go big play dick all you want. I've been nothing but nice to you, but now you're going to talk about me behind my back, and then you call me at my work trying to, why? Why are you calling me at work?
Probably because you gave your number.
Did you think I was going to drop what I was doing and, talk to you?
You dropped whatever you were doing at work just to make videos on you. I mean, on yourself, on how bad and how sad your life is. Sorry, that did not come out right. Then again, nothing I say comes out right. But I digress. Shanny, you make videos on YouTube while you were still at work. That's why you got fired.
I don't think so. I actually have a job, job, J-O-B, something that people do in order to support themselves. You don't. You've been living off your wife, going to school for so many years. I mean, now you can't even find a job in your field, so.
Apparently, Shanny doesn't know what a GI Bill is.
On you.
She still doesn't know what a GI Bill is.
I'm gonna tutor people.
Shanny doesn't know. She still doesn't know what a GI Bill is because Drag gets benefits from the army because he served his country. Unlike Fawn, who had the dishonorable discharge. I'll talk about that in a future stream.
Ooh, big whoopie do. I actually have a job where I actually take care of people, where I actually make a difference in someone's life. You, on the other hand, you'd rather go talk crap about people over and over and over again. Because,
Shanny, you would have did something better if you still kept that job. But instead, you decided to make videos while you were supposed to be doing your work. You would have had a substantial income had you kept that job rather than make videos on YouTube while you're supposed to be assisting people. But instead, you don't do that. Instead, you try to garner attention from people who don't even know who you are. And for those people who do know you, they don't even see through your lies because we all know that you have a habit of lying. And your first job, the one where you were a cab driver, I could see why you quit that job because you couldn't handle seeing a couple making out in the back seat. Yes, you remember the I'm a Wreck video for those who actually tuned in? She admitted that the reason why she quit that job was because she still felt heartbroken because Jason wasn't fully her boyfriend at the time. And when she claims that she's making a difference, again, another one of her bull-faced lies because she doesn't really do her work. Instead, she probably logs onto the computers at the facility she was supposedly working at and make videos talking shit about Drag, about Chris, and about Jason. And that's why she got fired.
that's what shit people like you do, is you go and talk about shit behind people's back, when it has nothing to do with you. I leave shit on my channel. I don't expect people to go out of their way to talk shit about me, okay? If you want to get actual information, you might as well go to the source. Intellectual like you would know that you go to the source of information. I'm just
I think the old Shanny videos are basically boring.
saying. So go to the source. I thought you would know that, instead of, making shit up that's not true. But I don't care anymore. My life's already fucked up as it is, already freaking ruined as it is.
It didn't really have to be this way. It did. I honestly believe that if Shanny had continued to, I don't know, better herself and try to move on from all this, she would have had a substantial life. I mean, the fact that, again, I keep saying this, the fact that she continues to frequent the internet, the fact that she still continues to, what's the word? You know what? It doesn't matter right now. The fact, it's obvious that the internet's basically, Shanny's internet fame, her internet presence basically destroyed any chance she had of having a normal life. Her constant attention-seeking, clout-chasing attitude is the cause of her misfortune.
And, I'm in a very thin state of just blowing up on everyone. So, you picked a really fine time, Drag, to start crap with me. It's fine time. And I'm just getting this from little birdies telling me this stuff. So I don't really know what was said other than, these details. But, dude, you need to stop. You need to shut your mouth and don't piss me off. You really don't want to piss me off, because I can take a man down.
And we've seen that before. And we've seen Shanny take a man down. I mean, we've seen her attack her brother-in-law when she was still married with Chris. We seen the arrest video. I mean, before she became immobile, she was a big, strong woman who could easily tear a man apart limb from limb if she is willing to do so.
I really can. So don't start with me.
She can also get slappy with people. I mean, just look at Rev.
And why are you stopping? The deer already crossed the street.
Deer.
Come on. Whatever.
That's meat for the winter, Shanny.
But anyway, Drag.
By the way, that's where you get your burgers from, Shanny. That's where you get your Colbert. That's where she got her Colbert burgers from. Deer meat. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I say. I just like to say stupid shit too. But I know I always keep saying, I'm just kidding.
Don't start shit with me. I can take you down.
Shanny, Dragnot is an ex-military. He was an army medic who literally lifted G-Man up off his feet. I think Dragnot can handle you instantly. All you had to do was say that you got slappy with him, and it's over.
I can. Because, see, I think you started crap with me because I called you out because I said that the only, and I do mean the only time you actually have anything relative to say is when it's about G-Man.
Of course, the only reason why Shanny would bring up G-Man would say that is because of G-Man. Well, we all know that Drag knew G-Man longer than he knew Shanny. And we all know that G-Man is full of shit. To this day, he's still full of shit. And yes, again, as I said earlier, when Shanny is not busy trying to rope Rev into a relationship, she would frequent G-Man streams as a way to try and start up a conversation with him and flirt with him, because she was still single during this time and she was desperate for anything.
That's what I think. I think the only thing you have to say when it's relative is when it's about G-Man. And you know what? I know something a little bit about him. He's not going to take that crap either. He's not. You know, he's a lot better of a person than you are, by the way. I'm just saying. And, you know, the only time he ever gets round up with people is when people start crap with him. It's not the other way around. You know, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the games that you men like to throw at people. You know, you need to stop throwing games at women and treating them like shit. You know, I'm tired of it. You know, I don't need it anymore. I don't need it anymore.
You might not be seeing this, but I'm smiling my shit-eating grin. I'm flashing a shit-eating grin because I know that this is absolute dog shit. And I cannot look away.
I really don't. You know, I'm trying my best in my life. My very best. Giving my whole all in my life. Doing the best I can.
Maybe you should have continued doing the best you can to better yourself. But instead, you decided to get with a conspiracy theorist who is also a member of the alt-right, who is basically a beta male cuck, who never had any interactions with a woman other than his mother, and he was never raised right.
You know, and I think I'm doing pretty damn good all by myself because I don't need.
You know, yeah, maybe Shanny should have continued to do better by herself than just leech off another man, manlet at this point, leeching off Jason's money and, siphoning every penny from him until he is no longer able to afford another mukbang or mukbang or whatever you pronounce it. Moot bean. I hate this part.
A man to make me feel better about who I am as a person.
Maybe she should have continued down this road instead of getting with Jason and making her life look even more like shit than it already is.
All I need is Jesus will help me.
Yeah. You should have just continued with your faith by not using you. Maybe Shanny should have just continued in her faith than just use it as a crutch to like garner attention from people or use it as a way to intimidate others. Because at this point, well, before, I mean, after the whole, I'm not going to say anything because I lost my train of thought. And I don't have the time or patience to even come up with something like that. Because this is Shanny we're talking about. Nothing is consistent with her.
No. So just keep talking crap, Drag. Just keep talking crap. That's what you do. You're part of the Talking Shit Tuesday. You like to talk crap about people, saying anything relative or actually teaching people of what you actually know from school and what you learned from college. Oh no, that's just too boring. Let's just go and talk about other people and what they're doing and make fun of them and act like a middle schooler.
This is the internet. Everyone is entitled to an opinion. But you don't know that, Shanny. And you don't want to admit that people are entitled to opinions because it hurts your fifis.
That's what you do. You act like a middle schooler. And I am so tired of this bullshit drama. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of men playing me for a fool and playing me as a fiddle. I can do whatever I want in my life.
Jenny, you ain't a fiddle. You're a big dumb cello.
If I can say whatever I want, and there's nothing any of you guys can say, there's nothing you guys can say that will make me stop doing what I'm doing, because I'm just going to continue being me and doing me. I got my friends out there. I got the people who actually care about me, who actually are there for me. The people who aren't there for me, they can go, eat shit. I don't care anymore. I'm to the point where I'm done. I'm done being played with. I'm done. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. So Drag. I want to thank, by the way, little birdie. You know who you are.
I want to know who that little birdie was who leaked that shit.
I want to thank you for letting me know what was going on, by the way, because I really don't watch Dragnot's channel, because frankly, you're very boring when you're not talking about G-Man, and everyone knows that.
Dude, Drag's cool. He comes up with better jokes than you do, Shanny. You want to know where that whole Wuhan fish market joke came from? It came from Drag. The reason it's funny and it's clever. And yes, I tried to extrapolate on that. And yes, I tried to steal that joke, but honestly, that's his trademark. And I should respect it now. I will respect it by not using that term ever again. It takes a while to load, but
Everyone knows that. Yeah, it's the same with Talking Shit Tuesday. You guys are so boring without talking.
Yeah. I think she said the same. Now she says the same thing about the geek room.
About G-Man, because you need Christians in order to feed off them. I do believe, by the way, JD Kane, you did tell G-Man that when you had your little meeting with each other in New York, you feed off Christians. That's in all honesty, I find that actually a disgusting.
I always keep you know how she always says Christians. My brain just immediately went to Christian. As always, because have you heard? Shanny is like Christian. Oh. Yeah. And I'll make a video doing the compare and contrasts about Shanny and Christian in a later time. But here, let's continue with this stupidity.
Thing that you can do as a human being is feed off an individual. You know, I'd never feed off an individual like that.
Oh my God. Yes, Shanny, you do feed off an individual. I mean, you've basically fed off your parents when you were living with them, and you fed off Chris when you two were married. And now you're feeding off Rev, and you're feeding off the Tard squad that you've surrounded yourself with on Discord. So basically you're feeding off people because they're the ones who support you. Because they're stupid like you.
What was that?
Broke nut.
She reminds me of my ex with all the Jesus talk, but she reminds me of me as well. She got used like I have been used, and she stays upset about it like I do.
She was reading the comments, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does live streams on her phone. She does live streams on her phone while driving home as she drives home from, sorry, let me say that again. She would do like these live streams on her phone while she is driving home from work, while getting something to eat for her and the kids. It's basically part of her after work ritual.
Yeah. I am upset about it, and I can be upset about it, and any real human being would truthfully be upset with being used by people over and over and over and over.
I wonder where she's going to go this time.
And over again, because it's not right. It's not fair.
She gets something for herself, and then she gets something for the kids.
And
I think the Colders is probably for the kids, and she's getting a little something for herself. And guys, anyone who watches this video, when it's finished, anyone who watches the recap, you'll probably guess where she's going. Guess.
It sucks to feel that way. It sucks to feel so.
And this was back when she still had elbows. And this was back when she still had definition in her arms.
Incredibly empty.
You see, let me show that.
And over again. Because it's not right. It's not fair. And it's truthfully be upset.
You see, this was back when she still had definition in her arms. I mean, compared to what she looks like now, she still had a bit of definition in her arms. Compared to the, ham hocks you see.
That was being used by people over and over and over and over and over again. Because it's not.
You see the shadow on the definition.
not right. It's not fair. And it sucks to feel that way.
And you see that she still has an elbow. She still has elbows at this time. And around here, she still had elbows. Now you can't even see her arm. You can't even see her wrists because of all the fat that she is getting. She has, well, absorbed from the DoorDash, from all that DoorDash.
It sucks to feel so incredibly empty in your life and not have.
You see right here, folks, is where you can see the definition right here. In one of her arms, she still has a sense of definition, and it still has it. And yes, her arms still had their shape back then. And this was before she got extremely massive. Back then, she was just some weird woman who thinks the moon was a light source. Now she goes on ranting about how she is an archangel and that she deserves praise from other people.
Of that person to say, I love you. It sucks.
And yes, she still had a neck at this time. Yes, you can see right here, she still had a neck.
It sucks. It really does. Because I deserve better. And I want better than that.
Oh, wait. She's driving up to, her parents' house because she lived with them at the time.
I want someone to actually love me for me. Not love
And I think she's giving the money for rent to them.
me for my body or my looks or anything. I want someone to actually genuinely love me. Is that ever going to happen? I don't know.
You got to love yourself before you can love other people. Frankly, Shanny didn't love herself too much because why else would she be making this video?
I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to get going. I'm going to eat dinner. I'm going to get myself comfortable, and then I'm going to read the Bible, and then that's all I'm going to be doing. And then I'm going to be sleeping in because it is my Friday, and I'm going to sleep my life away because, frankly, I know the people who said they would be there for me aren't really there for me. They're really just phony.
She had her parents at the time.
And I'm tired of phoniness.
You got to love your... She had her parents. She had her kids. They were always there for her. So I don't know where she gets this idea that no one's there for her. It's another one of her many lies, is that no one was there for her. We all know that's a bull-faced lie. Stop debating.
You know, if you want me, say you really want me and actually mean it, not play me and then use the excuse, I was trying to help her and comfort her. Yeah, you comfort me by using me? You must think I'm stupid.
Well, I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to reply to that. Because we all know that answer.
I'm not stupid at all.
Yes, she is. Yes,
I'm
she
very
is.
smart. More smarter than most people.
No, you're not. Stop lying. No, she's not smart. She really isn't that smart. I mean, this is coming from an actual high school graduate. Yes, I actually graduated in high school. And I'm still trying to go to college. Right now, I'm just taking a sabbatical because it's very stressful. But I'm planning on going back and finishing my associate's degree in media arts so that I could trade that in for a bachelor's in psychology. Thanks. Ice. It's very rare in these times.
But I only give you information that you only want to know. Anyway, peace of Maranatha. Drag, don't start any.
And this was back when she still had, again, this is back when she still had wrists.
Anything else with me? I have my people. I have my people.
And this was before she got way too fat. Even too fat to even sit up. All right, let's continue on with more of the whole. Let's continue on with some of the classic Shanny shit. Let's go back to the Fundy archives, and we're not done here. We still got a few more time. We still got some time to kill, so let's go back to the Fundy archives. To watch the post shit. By the way, and this is a juicy one. Juicier than a berry. Peas and nah. Yes, Twisted, welcome back. I almost lost you there. And this was when she was bathing. You see her hair is wet right here, folks. You see she looks a bit thinner here than she does now because, and you can see she still has a neck. And she's not as big as a house.
Yo, what's up, G-Man? This is just between you and me. No one else. No one else.
Same here,
G-Man.
Twisted. Same here.
I have to say, when you tried to prove to the Black Hebrew Israelites that cussin and whatever other word was a sin, you fundamentally flawed to prove any point at all. Now me, I take the stance of...
You can see her hair is a bit wet, and that's because she had a shower. And this was back before she was... And this was before she was rendered immobile. I finally got my mojo back. But for how long?
You're free to say what you
I'll be
want.
right back.
We live in a
I'll
secular
I'll just let this play.
called the United States of America. But not only that, that's just a little part of it. Not only that, you didn't prove anything. I mean, anything in scripture that words, and I won't cuss in this just so I don't make your ears all hurt, that saying the B word or the F word or the C word or the D word or the P word or the N word are actually sins at all. See, what you're doing is you're taking what society says, what man says is a negative connotation of a word, and you're saying, oh, the Bible says this, duddy, but proving not that any of these words are what you said they are. Now, I know that the Bible says a lot of words that people in this country would consider profane. In this country, the Bible says piss, and the Bible says ass, and the Bible calls people vipers. The Bible calls people a bunch of names, fools, all this. But, all negative connotational words. But at the same time, they're not considered cusses because they're in the Bible, right?
Skeptic, I blame Rev for rendering her immobile.
Or are you considering them cusses?
Yeah, twisted skeptic, I blame Rev for rendering her immobile.
So does that mean in the Bible, if they're cussing?
That's because Rev is not a real man.
Words due to our cultural thinking, would you say those cuss words should not be in the Bible? The Bible says profane, but what makes a word profane? What makes something profane is the intent behind what you're trying to say. If you're trying to harm someone, if you're trying to make them feel bad about themselves, that would be considered profane. Or you never go to this one, Gina. You never go to this scripture. Everything is lawful, but not everything is expedient. You see what I mean?
Chaotic lawful is G-Man's forte.
Like, if I did this video and I was just saying the F-bomb and the B-bomb all through this,
That's true. Rev is a perpetual child. Rev is a perpetual 12-year-old with entitlement issues. But Shanny's 10 times worse in that regard. I'm not going to play the entire stream. I'm just going to play.
If I was doing that in this, you would be your ear.
I'm probably not going to play that one, because I'm going to be playing one of these bad boys. And this was the one where she said, "Stop debating." And yes, I do blame her for rendering Shanny immobile, because Shanny used up most of his money on DoorDash. In case you're wondering, yes, I'm eating a little slice of pizza that I heated. Anyway, let's get into this one. And this was towards Christians who debate with atheists. DoorDash and makeup. Yes, you're right.
Hi. You may remember me from such videos as, I'm going to rant and I'm going to pwn someone out. Now, it may not be who you think I'm going to be pwning out. as you can see, my boyfriend G-Man, and I'm sorry, G-Man, for that clickbait, but I got something to say.
At least she had a neck at this time. At least she still had a neck. And she still took pride in her appearances.
I got something amazing to say.
Amazing.
See, while you are so convicted,
and you can see that she still had wrists, right, Skeptic? She still had wrists at this time, and she still had a neck.
over cussing someone out that deserves to be cussed out, me, on the other hand, I have no problem cussing someone out. See, I remember the good old days of YouTube where an atheist could easily be pwned. Easily. And see, I learned from great masters like the amazing atheist, Brett King, and Napalm Edible.
Situation individual. We got ourselves a situation individual. Guys. Oh my god. It's the final Jesus. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I just couldn't resist watching those old archive videos of the drunken peasants. They're just so fucking hilarious. God,
Coughlin 666. I used to do that all the time back in my day.
Yeah, she still had teeth, and
back in my day when I was an atheist, I used to pwn atheists all the time. But see, sirs, let me just tell you something. There's one particular atheist that I'm about to pwn.
Dragnots?
Really hard.
Who, Dragnot?
Because it's not the first time this particular atheist...
I think she was referring to Dragnot.
Yes, let's just call him Alex Botten.
Oh, Alex Botten. Oh, sorry. Hatman.
Not the first time this particular atheist decided to go and,
I think that's her kids in the back and the grandma, I think.
Pick on one of my brothers on
Oh, actually, I think that's the neighbors. Not really. Oh, sorry. That's probably the neighbors. I don't know.
Christ and do something extremely vicious to them and try to usurp.
Dorn, where's the mac and cheese? My wife made this amazing chili. No cheese.
Their whole life in front of them. See, I remember a day where I ended up getting a Facebook call from someone called Joshua Shelley, aka Richard Raspberry. And he was crying to me on that call, being like, I can't believe what happened, Shannon. I can't believe it. And I'm like, what? What's wrong? Are you okay? Well, apparently this Alex Botten decided to call CPS on Joshua.
Alex Botten. Why does that name sound familiar? Skeptic. Why does that name Alex Botten sound familiar? Could it be that it could be... Could it be that it would relate to, let's just say, it probably would relate to a certain Alex that we all know. An Alex that, I don't know, we could be, how would you say, irate? I'm not sure if Alex Botten is that name or someone else, but
Shelley. And he had to go through a hell of a time trying.
Or I think this was before before she tried to get Alex Botten to do a video on Onision.
trying to prove
I mean,
that
not Alex Bond, irate Alex.
he isn't abusive to his child. See, that Alex Botton, he likes to do shitty things to people. Shitty fucking things to people. So, Alex, are you that much of a fucking psycho nutcase? Let me say it again. Are you that much of a fucking psycho nutcase? Or you're gonna go and disheave people's lives like that and
Alex. Coincidence?
disrupt their lives like that? See, because you did the same damn thing to G-Man. Huh. Let's see you try to worm your way out this time, because I remember you calling me up on Skype saying, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Oh my God. British accent? Alex? It's a coincidence, isn't it? This might be a coincidence, but it could mean something. Sit down, Shanny. Take a seat with me, Shanny. I'm here to save you tonight.
Didn't do it.
Hit that vape pen, bitch.
See, G-Man doesn't get upset like this usually.
Yes,
For
he
no
does.
damn reason, he usually doesn't get upset like this. And
He
I
does
know,
now.
Alex Botton, I know that you do shit like this to people. See, you even called CPS on me before, Alex Botton. So keep talking, Alex Botton.
Alex Barton. British accent. Alex. That name does seem familiar. It could be an Alex we know, but I cannot understand. Maybe the bear might enlighten us. Sorry about that. The bear. That is Lord.
Keep talking your shit and trying to destroy Christians because you're that much of a fucking nutcase, motherfucker.
The bear that is Lord will enlighten us. And the octopus face.
See, right now you think you're all
The great old
this
one.
England thing. But see, here's the thing.
I could go and call you every single name of the book, just like how my brother in Christ, G-Man, wants to do. I could do that all I want.
Really? I wonder why. I mean, sorry.
But see, I know something better than what you know. I know that the Lord, Yeshua HaMashiach,
Lord
is
Bear.
gonna take care of your ass.
You mean Lord
Your
Bear?
ass is going straight to hell for all your lies and deceits and trying to destroy people's lives because you're that much of a fucking nutcase.
Well, this was gonna be about drag, but I will be looking for more of that shit later on.
See, that's why you had to leave YouTube, Alex Botton, because people caught on how much of a fucking nutcase you are.
Maybe this was Alex alley work.
You shouldn't have done that to G-Man, because see, now my eyes are straight on you, motherfucker, and I will tear you another asshole. And I certainly can, Alex Botton, because you know what? Here's the thing. I know why your wife left you. I know the things you've done in the past.
It could be a different Alex, so I might have misread that.
I know you very, 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 very well, Alex Botton.
I was just guessing. Hit that vibe pen, Shanny.
Because you see, Alex Botton, your friend Cliff Jumper, he liked to talk. He liked to talk a lot.
And he told me some things about you.
There's always someone to
Alex
blame.
Button, you want to bring it with G-Man? How about you go and put your
No
little
responsibility for her actions.
mean streak on me?
That's true, skeptic. That's true, twisted skeptic. She doesn't take responsibility for her actions, even to this day. Even back when she was still doing this crisis. That was back when she was 500 pounds. When she was back to like 270 pounds lighter. Back when she was 270 pounds lighter.
Not cheated on you once, but twice, because you, sir, are an asshole. You're probably one of the biggest assholes that were on YouTube. But you got kicked off because people started catching on to what kind of nutcase you are, what kind of psychopath you are. See, now you're disrupting another brother in Christ of mine. And seriously,
Stop
man.
debating. Stop debating. You're wrong for that.
For my brother in Christ, G-Man. Fuck you, motherfucker. Wait, let me do it in the other hand. Fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. So, G-Man, I did exactly what you wanted to do. In my own little way.
And this was when she was fighting G-Man's battles, right?
In my own little spin. So, how about that?
And this was back when she was fighting G-Man's battles, right? Before he started defending her because she paid him with Rev's money.
Peace and Maranatha, people. Alex Button.
If she's...
don't want those things I know about you to come out.
If she's less than 400 pounds now, I'll eat my iPad.
Here. So, Alex Button, you better...
Well, you wouldn't. Actually, it won't be necessary to eat your iPad, Twisted Skeptic, because she's 400 more. She is more than 400 pounds now than she was back then. She's more than 400 pounds now than she was back then. And yes, I
better leave my brother in Christ alone, or I will expose your ass just like I expose everyone's asses. Have a nice day.
Peace and Maranatha. Yeah, she wants to get in G-Man's pants. Hence why she kept calling him her boyfriend at the time. And this was before she got with Rev. And now I'm looking at the other crazy shit. Yes, you're right. She does want to be in G-Man's pants. And I must meet the 2-hour mark. Otherwise, this might not be a bit as weird as this. I'm just going to look at some old ass Shanny archive videos because we only get to the good ones for future streams, for the future installments of the Hambeast Chronicles.
A nice cozy bed just for me. You know what?
Again, this was back when she was 400 pounds lighter. 400 pounds lighter than she is right now. Oh my god, I really, really nailed that shit. Oh, I mean, sorry, I really nailed that
am
shit. I
enjoying
mean, oh my god, I really nailed that
being
shit.
single. I think G-Man's right about it, to tell you the truth. You know, for a while, I was like, oh, I don't have a man. I don't have a man. Poor me.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. But you gonna find out what she's gonna do later on.
And then I realized I like who I am. I
Really?
like who I am. It
Really?
doesn't matter what other people say or do. I like who I am.
Oh, really? Do you
Child
now?
of God. I'm fearfully, wonderfully
A
made.
child of God.
And I also do a lot
A
of
child
things.
of God.
Speaking of which, on the archive, why don't you put those other videos? You know, I made a exposing Fiona onto your page, especially the one where she's showing live that she was groping G-Man. Yeah.
That's true. She don't love herself. She don't love herself. That's true. That's damn true, Skeptic. You always know what to say, even when I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I doubt you'd actually do that one because it makes one of your friends look bad. But that's okay. That's okay. I understand. You know, making your friends look bad is something you don't do. But, you know.
The Blue Danube.
Well, see,
That's an insult to a classic tune.
lettuce.
Lettuce. That's foreign to her now. Because we all know she likes to eat salads. She likes to eat ranch with a side of salad. Native ranch, that is.
What people don't get about me is me. Every
She
once
eats
in
like a
while,
bird.
I get a
She does? Yeah, you're right, Skeptic. She does eat like a bird.
And I become
A
relentless.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You know, a lot of people are like, oh.
Well, back here, this was back when she started dating Rev. She did eat like a bird. Now she eats like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Any hurricane is coming in. Like that. When I get to this point where I just want to expose someone, Shanny hurricane comes like a torrent. And it's very hard to stop me when I start exposing. See, G-Man, he stops because a girl cries. I don't. I keep going and going and going and going.
And how's that work out for you? How did that work out for Shanny, Skeptic? How did that work out for her? Not so good.
And going.
Because we knew.
And going like the Energizer Bunny. That's just who I am.
God damn it, Shanny.
It sucks.
God damn it, Shanny. You keep going like the Energizer Bunny. Then you might as well call yourself Big Chungus at this point.
When someone doesn't admit they're wrong when they're clearly wrong.
Ron! Yeah, so she is high as shit. Yep, she is high as shit. Like her parents said, she always likes to smoke weed all the time. So she was high when she made this video, wasn't she? When is she never high?
What do you do? Oh, well. I should probably leave it. It's what Fiona would want, right, Fiona?
Keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny? Might as well call yourself Big Chungus.
Fiona, you would want me to just...
Because you're a big chunky bitch.
Yes, you do.
This was back when she was, before she became the precursor to Big Chungus.
Oh, no. You know, Fiona, you could do one thing. You could stop your inappropriate behavior toward other believers in Christ. I mean, you could. You could stop picking on G-Man all the time.
Does Fiona ever pick on G-Man? Or does G-Man pick on Fiona?
I mean, you could. You could stop going against believers in Christ. You could stop going to Talking Shit Tuesday. But I don't think you want to. Because I don't think you're really after the truth. I don't think you're really after Jesus' heart. I don't think you take life too seriously, frankly.
Shanny doesn't take life too seriously. I mean, she's retreating into fantasy worlds at this point.
It's kind of sad that you don't. What are we supposed to do in this situation? What are we supposed to do in this situation? See, G-Man
What are you supposed to do in this situational individual?
Man's gonna be my friend regardless of what you guys say. So,
yeah, he's more of her servant now. Hence why Black Guy TV calls G-Man G-Slave.
can't really break us up. Rev News, we're gonna be friends regardless of what you say.
Yep. Same with him, even though even though now she still holds on to that belief that regardless, they will still be with each other. I don't know.
Can't really break us up. Same with me and Bill Cuthbert.
Oh, so no apparent. Oh, so Fiona had nothing to do with this drama that she perpetuates. That's fun.
Can't really break us up. We're gonna be friends for life.
G-Slave. Yes, he is a slave. And I don't mean that as a racial term. I mean that he is basically acting as some sort of messenger who always goes to the forefront to defend his mistress because she pays him with Rev's money.
Eternity. Oh. And there's Thick Shades trying to get in the middle of my business, you know, because he has clearly no different content. See, but of course, you know, original content isn't your thing, Talking Shit Tuesday. Same with you, Drag. It isn't exactly.
Talking Shit Tuesday. I'm going to have to take a look at that shit. I'm going to have to take a look at those archives from the old days of Google Hangouts. Or in Shanny's case, or how Shanny would pronounce it, Google Hangouts.
Exactly your thing. I'm just.
Yes, it
emulating
can.
What you guys do
Yes, it
on a
can,
daily basis.
skeptic.
I mean, I don't know why you're crying and whining about it. I mean, to me, it doesn't seem that bad. To me, it's like, oh, This is normal. This is how YouTube usually is. This is what you people do on a daily basis. You guys whine and cry when it's turned around on you.
Yeah, it was good. It was basic. I think this was, I don't know which came first, Talking Shit Tuesday or the Geek Room, but they're basically similar when it comes to talking about Shanny. It's one of the precursors to what we see now.
Fundy, I bet you're gonna put this on.
And he did, and Fundy did put that shit on the channel.
Aren't you? And I want to thank you for saving my videos. That's why I keep deleting my videos, because I know you'd save them for me. I don't need garbage.
We know, Shanny. We know you're garbage. Which is why you are burning at this point. You're burning because you're garbage. And garbage is extremely flammable. Hence the name, Garbage Fire. Because that's what you are. A garbage fire.
On my
that needs to be put out.
YouTube. And yes, I say these
Past
videos
its burn.
are garbage.
At least you
But this is
admitted
what
it.
you guys like, right? You like this drama. You like this drama. And obviously...
Well, you got me, Shanny. I like laughing at other people. I like laughing at people's expenses. Especially when they're just about as stupid and ignorant as you are.
I'm really good at stirring up the drama now, ain't I? I'm gonna admit it. But,
you're not even good at doing that either.
The truth. I don't want this in my life.
Exactly. So Geek Room. So basically, Talking Shit Tuesday was the precursor of the Geek Room. Probably around the time of the Drunken Peasants.
Needless drama. I don't
The
like
classic peasants.
I think it's pointless. And frankly,
then why are you bringing this shit up? Then why do you keep why do you keep drawing up? Why do you keep starting up drama over and over again? If you think it's pointless, then why do you keep perpetuating it? That doesn't make sense. And neither do you, Shanny.
it doesn't make me feel like a good person.
You were never a good...
Any fulfillment.
You never were a good person to begin with.
So if it doesn't give me any fulfillment, I wonder why it would give you fulfillment.
Because it makes us feel better about ourselves. Just looking at the shit show that is your life makes us feel better about ourselves and makes us take precautionary measures of not trying to fall into the same hole that you've dug yourself in.
Why you do that on your pages.
Exactly. Well, that explains it. Shanny is always starved for attention, even when the conversation doesn't involve her, she always makes it about herself. Which is why she always gets Rev to make videos for her, and she's talking in the background, trying to coach him into saying what she wants him to say. Am I right, Skeptic? God damn it.
I don't know. But, you know, I'm just trying to do what you guys are doing, what you do all the time. I mean, seriously, Drag. You do it to G-Man all the time. Why can't I do it to Fiona?
Well, that's because G-Man is a sack of shit, and Drag was trying to call him out on his bullshit. That's why. Fiona did nothing wrong, and you just want to paint her as the bad guy so that you could feel better about yourself. Am I in the ballpark?
Why do you have such a problem with it?
Exactly. Every time Vaughn goes into a stream, especially G-Man streams, he always immediately makes it about himself. He always complains about how the trolls are treating him terribly, how everybody is telling him that he needs to, I don't know, look after his kids, or he always blames the trolls for calling CPS on his ass and taking his kids away. And he always shouts at the top of his lungs, demanding the trolls to leave him alone. And most of them, and Vaughn does a lot of stupid shit. And the trolls feed on that.
Why you have such a problem with what I'm doing? I'm doing the same thing you guys do.
No, you're just being a mean bitch. That's all you do.
Huh. Kind of hypocritical of you guys, don't you think?
No, it's only hypocritical when you do it, Shanny.
Maybe you guys need to think a little bit further on what you're doing with your life. Because, see, I think of this as a waste of time. I could talk about better things in my life than you guys. Because you guys really are a waste of space. My camera agrees.
Actually, the only waste of space here is you, Shanny. And the only waste of space, because you basically waste all the space that you occupy.
I only have 53 seconds.
Okay, that didn't come out right, but... Okay, that didn't come out right. Or did it? You tell me.
I know what I'm calling this video.
A waste of space.
Waste of space.
Like you? Like...
Because I don't want this in my life.
She eats like a bird, folks. She eats like a bird.
I just wanted to expose you guys on how hateful you are when someone says the truth.
You're wrong for that. You're really wrong. That's not an L, folks. That's a W.
And Maranatha.
Winning. Like Charlie Sheen. Anyway, let's look at some other classical stuff before we end off on a high note. Bye bye. Let's look at what old Chrissy boy. Now, You know, I'm probably going to have to save Chris for another time. I'm going to have to save Chris for another time. Exactly. She is a hateful person. And she doesn't want to admit that. Kind of like the worm. Right? Kind of like Lucas Werner. He doesn't want to admit that he's a creepy pervert. Because it's easier for him to complain about, it's easier for Lucas Werner to complain about how he's not getting any 26-year-old vag because of telomeres. Right now, right now, right now, right now. And ladies and gentlemen, I give you Waterworks. The grand finale, Waterworks.
Okay. There are rumors and lies going around with me about my kids. My kids. You want to say hi, Will?
And it's funny that I would play this video because, well, we all know that Shanny would blame everybody but herself for all her own problems. And we all remember when she tried to blame Drag for her son, for William's suicidal ideations. Right? And this is a precursor to that shit. Yep, he is cringy. And I will do a stream covering some of the Lucas Werner's channel.
Hi. These people.
That's his son. That's Will. That's Will, by the way. That's her son. The one whom she claimed had suicidal ideations in a future video.
Are saying that we fled Minnesota to get away from CPS.
Well, didn't you? Kind of reminds me of Rain Florence, who fled Ecuador to avoid CPS.
No, that wasn't even part of the problem at all.
Gaslighting at its finest, right, skeptic?
They were just a nuisance.
Yeah, but we didn't flee Minnesota to get...
Yep. Yes, it's always Drag's fault. Blame Drag for every problem in Shanny's life. He is a mean doo-doo head with a bald head and looks like a bootleg version of Westworld's Jeffrey Wright. Yes, he's the bad bootleg version of Jeffrey Wright, star of Westworld. That's why I keep calling him bootleg Jeffrey Wright. If you don't know that, you should check out Westworld. He's the light-skinned black dude with the glasses and the mustache. Kind of looks like Drag if Drag was in shape.
Away from Minnesota. We left Minnesota so we could move here. In fact, I was moving in Wisconsin before I moved here.
Wisconsin. And where was this filmed at? And by the way, skeptic, where was this filmed at?
The second one is you guys aren't enrolled in public school.
Hold on, let me check the date. Oh, so this was after Shanny got kicked out of her house. I mean, got kicked out of her parents' house, right? So this was after Shanny got kicked out of her parents' house. Let me reword that again. So this was in 2018. After Shanny's family, her immediate family, disowned her Well, I don't know where they were living at that time. They were probably living in some small apartment. But this was before she got with Rev. Well, actually, this is before she moved in with Rev. But this was after her parents kicked her out of their house. And her family disowned her for her violent outbursts and vile lifestyle. And you're right, Drag is a perfect male specimen. He is peak male performance. Some of you, he is peak male performance. Dragnot is peak male performance. You might not like it, folks. You might wish to deny Dragnot's peak male performance. But he is the Dragon Lord. And he is basically using his Sith powers to make twisted skeptics say that. And he's basically using his Sith mind control powers on me. So I am still indebted to you, my master. Master.
What? Yeah.
Master Dragnot.
Second line.
What is thy bidding?
So that's abuse, that you're not in public school.
Oh! Oh! This was when she was living with Rev. This was when she was living with Rev in Scranton, Pennsylvania. My bad. Sorry about that.
I don't want to go to Piedmont.
No, I know you don't want to go to public school.
That's Zachary.
That's why you're homeschooled.
And that's Zachary right there, folks. The one who said, I don't want to go to Piedmont. And I think this was when they were living with Rev in their old house, the house that G-Man occupied after they moved to Colorado, Japan. And G-Man was living in the same house. And then Shanny kicked him out because he spent the money that she gave him for his phone bill on Block Talk Radio. And she got pissed about it, which I'll do a stream on that in the near future. And it perpetuates the whole N-word saga. But this was when they were living in Scranton.
The second, the third.
And that's Rev, by the way.
I abuse you guys.
Nope.
Apparently.
Yeah, and you're right, Skeptic. Because honestly, yeah, you're right. Because we all know what happened recently. Shanny tried to dox someone's kid. And this isn't the first time she's tried doxing a kid. I mean, she exposed her own son numerous times. Numerous times. The first time she exposed her son to the internet, or even exploited her son, was when she tried to convince the drunken peasants about God. Because we all know drunken peasants are atheists, but remember the whole moon is not real thing? That's a light source. And then she tried to bring William on to say that he loved God, and he immediately blurted out that she told him to say it. And let's not forget that the embarrassing video where she was making fun of William's misfortune, and the infamous suicide video, the please stop now drag video.
This is the rumors. Chris and Grandma said that I abuse you guys.
What?
You know, at this point, I have a gripe with this because it's obvious she's gaslighting William. She's gaslighting William to say this stuff, like she did when she tried to like instruct William to say that he loved Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Can I talk to really? Can I please say
Yeah.
And that's Zachary. Zachary is the younger sibling, the one with autism. And there's Rev in the background speaking. So this is around the time when she moved in with him, when she got with him.
Mommy, I doubt they would ever say that. I have a big question.
That's Zachary, by the way. Again, I keep saying that.
I haven't, even though
You need to talk closer.
even though I don't know much about Chris right now, about
According to what Betty said, the boys really loved Chris. I mean, in fact, he was like a father figure. In fact, Zachary, the youngest son, was like a father. Zachary said that, sorry, let me reword that again. I have a habit of speaking too fast. It's a issue that my brain processes information faster than my mouth. So I have to keep it up. It's a sign that I'm a genius. Or that's what my mom would say. But what I'm trying to say is this. Zachary, the youngest son, has stated before that Chris was like a father figure to him. I mean, he was he was more of a father to those boys than Rev ever will be. I'm sorry. Again, let me say that again. Chris was more of a father than Rev will ever be.
you know, after that incident, I doubt he would say something like that. He would never say something like that. Yeah.
And I will do a stream on
That is going way too far out of his character.
it's disgusting, Buck. No, the word is disgusting. Disgusting. Buck melanoma. Yeah, those boys act more mature than Rev. You're right. And that's really sad, Twisted Skeptic, is that those boys, well, William, when he was still living with them, he was more mature than Rev. Rev is a perpetual 12-year-old. So it's basically like Shanny was trying to raise 3 kids in her house, in that house.
Yeah, I don't hit you guys. I don't neglect you guys. I treat you guys well.
Right.
Oh! God damn it, Shanny. I hate when you lie like this because it's obviously making my job easier to point out all the fallacies in your statements. Like the time when you tried to throw Rev under the bus because you hit him all because he wanted a Baja Blast. And then you got arrested.
And I'm tired of these people saying that I abuse my kids and I hurt my kids.
Here comes the waterworks. Here they come. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. Oh, boo-hoo, pity me. The bad internet people are being mean to me. Come and save me. Or as Shanny would say, help me! Help me! It's not a real fucking gun! Here comes the CNN tears. My fire, bro! God damn it. God damn it. Do I have to start this video all over again? I hope not. Note to self. Get a better sound card.
I believe you. Hey, someone believe you. Someone believe you.
Thank you, Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler. Oh my god. Oh, does she not know that does she not know what a troll is?
Mein Kampf.
And it's Z Kyle, dumb bitch.
I mean,
Does she not know what a troll really is?
I agree.
I don't know.
Well, he's
But
right.
he's
right.
Hey, doll, what up, folks? Hey, Comfort Doll, what up, folks? Does Shanny not know what a troll is? And don't worry. That is the theme song of the Bounty Hunter. A bounty hunter of the internet. That is me. I'm going to be starting to rebrand myself on twitch.tv as the Internet Bounty Hunter. I charge people to see if I could look up some information to make criticism come to light. So I would like to get paid to roast people. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in
You're
cold.
living under a roof with me. You never abuse your children. Ever.
Child neglect is a form of abuse. Yeah, but that's copyrighted music. And it's my ringtone it's my notification sound for my phone.
Ever.
No, she's the exact opposite.
That's right.
Child neglect is a form of abuse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good mother.
She's one of the best people I know.
You know she coached him to say that. You know she's telling them to say that because why else would they defend her? Why else would they say good things about her? Because she gaslighted them into actually agreeing with her. You see what I mean? she's a horrible, manipulative person.
Amen. Absolutely. Like,
I'm sorry this happened to you.
I'm sorry this happened to you.
Thank you.
Okay, I shouldn't
Thank
be
you.
making fun of that
thank
part.
you very much, yes.
And I'm so sick of these things. And the only way how I can defend myself is if my children talk for me. Did I force you guys?
Yes. Yes, she did force her kids to talk for you. And she did force Rev to talk for her. And yeah, she did. Yes.
To do this or tell you what to say or anything?
No.
Yes. You can tell that William is trying to plan his next words carefully. You can tell at this point that William is thinking about what he's going to say, because, well, we all remember the slip up that he made when he was in the Drunken Peasant server, when the hosts asked if Shanny told him to say this stuff, and he actually slipped up and said yes, and then he corrected himself. So he's planning to say that he's planning on it because she's standing in front of him.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was right on the fly. It's like, calm down, you know, you want to talk?
Life is unfair.
Life isn't. That kid. That kid kind of reminds me of Ricky Bobby's kids from Talladega Nights, Walker and Texas Ranger, or TR for short. I'm going fast, Mama.
It really is unfair.
It really is.
She may call us down to show us how we feel about her.
Again, gaslighting. She's basically gaslighting those boys. Good night, skeptic. I'm sorry you have to be up for 3 hours. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, Comfort Doll. We got an expert in this.
But that's nowhere near that. That's just her telling us to show our emotions.
Right. And you're telling the truth when you say she's not.
Yes.
Yes. And I see it.
Yes.
I see it.
I literally don't know what would happen if I wasn't with her right now. I don't even know.
I do know where you would be when you're not with Shanny, with your mother, William, in a better living condition. And right now, William kind of made the right call to decide to, well, distance himself from Shanny and Rev, because this dynamic is extremely toxic for him. I mean, he should have taken Zachary with him, because they're not even acknowledging the poor kid at this point, because you've seen the videos. You've seen that video where Zachary just wanted to talk to his mom, and Shanny muted herself, and we kind of had to make out what words she said, and they weren't really good, because it's basically her saying, "I'm going to hit this kid," or something like that. Two years ago. This was 2 years ago.
Can I have the gun? Can I?
And this was when they were still living in Scranton, Pennsylvania, before they moved out to Boulder, Colorado, Japan.
But there are people threatening to call CPS again on you guys.
Again.
Why?
Again.
Why do they want us to get? Why?
Zachary is the one with autism, by the way. In case you're wondering why he speaks like that, he has autism. I don't know if it's low functioning or high functioning autism, but his speech patterns are off.
Why do they want us to get kidnapped? Why do they?
And from what I hear, Zachary is failing in school right now. Even though it's online school, he is still failing.
They want us
It would be kidnapped.
Yeah.
because are they trying to abuse us?
Yeah, I think it's.
believe you.
Yes, I am bad at this, Buck.
Not-
Yes, Buck Melanoma, I am bad at this shit. But I do it anyways because it's obvious that I can do better.
Stop.
That's right.
That I believe.
It would be
I know you're just fucking with me.
away two
I know.
children that love their mother away from her.
Sure, Chris.
Yes. 100%.
I would be going crazy.
I know, buddy. I know. That's why.
And I think he did go crazy when Shanny made that video where he demanded her to stop filming him when she laughed at his embarrassing moment and then said that she was gonna punish him for talking back at her. You see, the boys don't want their behavior to be exploited on the internet. Especially William, which is why he got away from that environment. Zachary, I feel bad for Zachary right now because he has to deal with this constant mess of Shanny and Rev arguing back and forth, doing mukbangs and not being able to eat. And when he does get to eat, it's just the scraps that she leaves behind because she couldn't even fit it into her mouth, knowing that she is already too big to even consume any more calories. It's sad that they have to endure this shit. And it's sad that, and it's the same thing with Vaughn's kids. From what I hear, Vaughn would lock his kids in the room just so that he could go on the internet and try to garner attention for him. Those children had to use their own. Okay, I'm gonna have to reword that. Hey there, Jules. Thank you. Aw, thanks, Jules. You're always such a peach. Oh, thank you, Jules. You're always such a peach. And I'm betting it can be a bit difficult for having a family member with autism. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And that's the same with one of Vaughn's kids. One of Vaughn's kids has autism. And what does Vaughn do? Instead of getting treatment for it, he just leeches off of his autistic son just so that he could, well, benefit from the government handouts, the monthly tugboat, if you may. that's why he was so determined to get his kids back, because he wants to leech off of his autistic son just for the money, the government handouts, the disability checks. And the way Vaughn treats his kids is even far worse than how Shanny treats her two boys. And we all know the fact that Vaughn would lock his kids in their rooms so that he could play Elder Scrolls or join in Google Hangouts back when that was still a thing, or even make videos ranting about how the trolls are ruining his life. I mean, those kids couldn't even leave their rooms just to use the bathroom, or even ask for a glass of water. Do you see how dangerous that environment is? Do you see why he had his kids removed 11 times? And of course, Rev would go and defend Vaughn and claim he is a good father. Now he claims that shit because Rev so desperately wants to be a victim like his wife. Exactly. And I don't know if Shanny did that with Zachary, but I highly doubt that part. But we all know Shanny is living off of Rev's inheritance money, so she doesn't have to do that. But that's the thing, that's another thing I want to bring up is the fact that both Shanny and Vaughn abuse the welfare system. You know what I mean? Vaughn abuses the welfare system through his son, Jerry. Shanny abuses the welfare system through the not being married to Rev, not actually marrying Rev. No one loves a melanoma. No one loves melanoma. It's a terrible disorder. It's a very dangerous skin disease. And it could lead to skin cancer. Hashtag pray for Buck. Prayers for Buck. Hashtag justice for Buck, folks. Hashtag justice for Buck. Oh, sorry. Hashtag. Bugs and pears and pizza marinara, Buck melanoma.
Why do they
People
want?
need to stop. They need to stop.
You guys need to stop abusing us. Also, I have a question. Also, I have something to do on my phone.
It's not right to do. And it's not right to try to tear away a family that love each other and that are there for each other.
Danny, do you know what a bra is? Them sandbags are drooping down to the floor. That's true. Same here. Buck's cool. Buck's a really cool dude.
You know, William's my oldest.
Well,
Does he look abused?
No.
Yes, he does look abused. You can see it in his face. The expression on him is that he's being abused psychologically through emotional manipulation. So yes, he does look abused.
He's well fed.
Yep.
He's happy.
Yep. I can go make myself a sandwich right now
I wouldn't yell at you.
and eat it in front of the camera. You want
Filming
me
in
to
progress.
The whole thing.
I resemble that remark on. Yeah, Sam. It's a good analogy on Shanny's cup size because they're basically sandbags. I originally got the joke. Well, actually, no. The sandbags, yeah, it does fit for her. Well, balloons filled with sand sounds even more appropriate. Like, I hate sand.
Happy.
yeah, that guy.
That guy's pretty.
It's coarse and rough.
What more do I have to do
And it gets
to
everywhere.
establish myself as a good mother?
Actually,
You know,
get off the internet. That's how you establish yourself as a good mother. Spend some time with your kids. That's how you establish yourself as a good mother. Get a freaking job. Go back to work, maybe. Exercise. Take a walk with your kids. Spend some time, play with them. Play some video games. That's how you establish yourself as a good mother. Ooh. Ooh, damn. Okay. You're even older than
just
Vaughn.
because you see me cry once in a while, which has been
You're even older than Vaughn, and you're even more mature than Vaughn.
a really long time since you've seen that, by the way. You guys just want me to have a mental breakdown on camera again. That's what you truly want.
No, Shanny. We just want you to get help. Because this constant need for attention is basically the reason why you have a mental breakdown every time you go on camera. The fact that you crave the attention so much more than your own children is detrimental to how fucked up your dynamic is. Because honestly, this shit ain't working out for you.
Yeah.
You get off on that stuff.
I have a big. Guess what? Do you
What?
know what I'm going to do on the shot? I'm actually going to say something.
You see, you can act your age. Some may not do it as others, but when it comes down to being an actual adult, you can act your age, Shanny, and not resort to bitching and crying, playing the victim and demanding people to defend you 24/7. Or even lying about everything you say or do just so that people will back off. And even resorting to death threats, doxing, slander. No real adult can actually do that. What you do is completely petty to the point where you're basically committing a crime, Shanny. And the people you frequent around, the people that you surround yourself with, are just as toxic as you are.
What?
I'm the type. Am I?
No, I don't want them to know who you are.
Nice.
Yeah, your username.
The
No.
dynamic hammock.
Not a good idea, but
Okay.
No.
That's
Period.
good. That's good, Comfort Doll. That's good. Hey, don't.
Are you-
Don't sell yourself short, Buck. You're cool.
Are you guys happy with me?
Yes.
And it's not. They say that beauty is skin deep, but in Shandy's case, that's the beauty ain't skin deep. Even when, but in Shandy's case, she is ugly inside and out. Same with Vaughn. He's ugly inside and out.
We also have one. I also have a question.
But you got a beautiful soul, Buck. You got a beautiful
I
soul.
don't want to see you guys taken away. I don't want to be bothered by these people anymore.
over my dead body.
Oh my God, Rev. You just know what to say. Oh my God.
But they take them away from you. You are a good mother, a wonderful mother.
Is this how you want her to feel?
No. No, William. This is not how we want her to feel. We want her to get better, but she doesn't want to get better. Instead, she just wants to surround herself with people who would pity her and kiss her ass. So, and we're trying to warn her to stay away from those types of people, especially on Discord. Now, she's surrounded by crackheads, sex offenders. She's surrounded by a crackhead and a sex offender on Discord. I don't know if Tragic is a sex offender, but he kind of rubs me the wrong way, and not what you think, not in what you think, but he is very shady, and I do believe that he might be a sex offender. Why else did he get arrested?
If that is, you're a really cruel person and you need help.
There you go, buddy.
Also have a big
You
question.
need help.
That's
Why
right.
do you want us?
Good job.
Why do you want us to be taken away?
We don't want you to be taken away, kids. We just want you to be safe. Shanny is unfit to be a mother. And so is Vaughn. And this is the same argument Vaughn uses. You know what I mean? I think Vaughn would try to bring one of his kids out to like defend him and agree with him.
They're saying I abuse you.
Wrong.
One.
2 years. 2 years, Buck. This was filmed 2 years ago. May 26, 2018. 2 years ago, after Shanny's parents kicked her out of their house over some dispute on Christmas Eve of 2017, she moved in with Rev in Scranton, Pennsylvania, in the house that he inherited from his mother. The same house that she forced G-Man to live in and renovate before she kicked him out a year prior. And now he's back at that same old house, or at least people are saying he's back at that house, but he's still living with his sister.
No. Ron.
Ron.
Like, even when we're good,
You're Ron for that.
or if it didn't stop.
We're all Ron.
Like a piece of chocolate.
Point is, you guys need to stop this.
Yeah, you guys really do need to.
You do.
William, I mean, Zachary. I have no words for this because I know deep down that she's coaching him to say this. Just like she's coaching Rev and William to defend her. Because, again, those are her kids, and Rev has the mind of a kid. So, again, she's raising 3 kids in that household. Difference is, she doesn't get the fetish whip on her 2 boys. At least, I hope, at least, the difference is, at least, Shanny doesn't get slappy with her 2 boys. Or at least, Shanny doesn't hit her boys with a fetish whip.
You do.
Because I've blocked most of you guys who do this. To
Exactly.
Me. I've blocked most of you guys.
Exactly,
Who do
Comfort
this
Doll.
to me. And you keep making stock accounts and keep harassing me. You go and put these rumors on. And I'm eventually not going to have any choice but to take legal action against you guys.
She's doing it right now. Well, in a sense that she's threatening to sue people. Actually, no. Well, Rev is threatening to get a lawyer and get the cops involved. And I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, Shanny. It doesn't work that way. The cops are not going to snap an action just to help you out, all because a bunch of people say mean things about you. That's not how the police work.
They're gonna want us so they.
My husband said it in his video. He knows someone who can find you.
Yeah.
Not for violence, but to get your name.
I'm pretty sure the person that Rev might know would probably be a super hacker.
To get your name and your address so we can take legal action against you.
And here is where the whole doxing threats come into play. What she's describing is basically considered a dox threat. She's threatening to dox people because they say bad things about her. What does that make her? Oh, by the way, Comfort Doll, I think William is living with a friend. If I'm not mistaken, William is living with one of his friends, while Zachary is still living with Shanny and Rev. And of course, I said this before, he's not getting enough attention. He's failing school, and he barely leaves his room. Because Shanny and Rev would rather act like children than actually be parents. Oh, thank you, Junebug, for Oh, I got a new subscriber, Junebug. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, Junebug. Shout outs to you. You made my evening.
It's interrogation and it's intimidating to do that to someone who's done nothing wrong.
Yeah, they
She's done nothing wrong, folks. Folks, she's not wrong.
did.
I
yeah,
hate that part.
Yeah, they. Why do they want us to get taken away?
Uh,
I don't know. So, because they think you guys are.
I fear for Zachary because this type of mentality is going to lead to him becoming. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for saying this, but if Zachary emulates these traits from Shanny, he might as well be the next Chris Chan when he grows up. Because the more he learns this type of behavior from her, the more he is prone to repeat it and even be 10 times worse than Shanny.
About parents and they want us to be taken away because, well, they think you guys are bad parents.
Yeah, but how would they know I'm a bad parent? They don't live with me.
Exactly.
Maybe they see videos.
It's enough. I love my sons.
But you don't show it. I mean, you claim you love your sons, but then you try to make fun of William's embarrassing behavior when Zachary pulled his pants down. And you threatened to punish him for talking back at you. And of course, you threatened to hit Zachary when he wanted something to eat while you were playing, I don't know, Animal Crossing, I think, or Resident Evil. I don't know what game she was playing when she muted herself just to mouth the words that she was going to hit him. But, and also the table scraps. Let's not forget that shit.
Yes, she do. Also, if you guys could stop, just please stop it. These bullies. Yeah, there are bullies.
I agree, Comfort Doll. I agree.
Affecting little Zach there.
What?
They're affecting you with this stuff because they're attacking your mom.
And there goes Rev trying to manipulate the situation. And
They're affecting you.
With what?
You're getting upset over it too.
Yeah.
I am getting
gaslighting at its finest, folks. Gaslighting at its finest. And I don't like it. It's a double team gaslighting on the poor little boy.
You would never want to be away from your mother, right, Zach?
Yes. There ain't one time, two times. The first time when you got at the beginning when I was born, and the second time when you were with Chris. Yeah, those are the 2 times.
What?
Do you remember a long time ago?
It is pissing me. Same here, Comfort Doll. Same here. It is pissing me off even more because you know damn well she's coaching them to say this shit. Come on, Shanny. You might as well shove your hand up your son's ass and speak for him. And I don't mean that as an insult to his autism. I mean that you're basically putting words in his mouth that make you look like the victim. and it has to stop. Same thing with Rev. You're basically coaching him to say this stuff. Like I said, you might as well put your hand up Rev's ass and talk for him, because that's basically what you're doing. You're using these kids and your husband as ventriloquist dummies to speak for you. And that's the thing that Drags mentioned in the video response to Shanny's plea for him to and Drag brought this up in his response to the son's suicide attempt video, the one where Shanny and Rev were taking William to a crisis center after he had suicidal ideations. Drag said it best that these kids are just tools that Shanny would use to deflect the criticism off her. She manipulates people to feel sorry for her.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Sam has a cute
that
dog.
Wasn't because I was a bad parent. I needed some time to go through therapy.
Yeah, my voice. Yeah, I guess it's because I kept talking too much, Sam, that my voice kind of goes out. It's a habit. It's a habit I'm trying to break.
That's fine.
And the second time.
The Chris thing, he purposely set me up.
Yeah.
And you weren't taken away by the state for that either.
Good.
No.
The dog, Sam.
Oh,
The dog.
we didn't get to see you.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Oh, look at Hannah. Can you not involve your kids over internet drama?
I've seen
No,
this.
this is a little bit more than internet drama, Hannah. This is
This was on the Fundy Archive. I'm on the Fundy Archives channel, Comfort Doll. That's where I was looking through all the other videos, the one before, especially the one that was directed towards Drag. The one where she was accusing Drag of getting involved in her drama, spreading rumors about the love triangle she had with Jason and Chris. The home when she was driving home from work after getting something to eat.
actual harassment of people threatening to call CPS on me, people saying I'm a bad parent.
Yeah.
This is a different thing, okay? This is taken.
Oh, that's the sound card. Oh, that's the sound card, Comfort Doll. It happens. Hey, Ella, how are you doing?
Things to a personal level. Okay.
Level. Yeah, it's the sound card. It's a cheap sound card. I'm thinking about getting a better one, maybe for Christmas. That's probably what you're hearing.
Okay, this has nothing to do with internet drama.
That was out of sync.
The internet. People say crap all the time. Hannah, would you like people saying shit about your kids?
Right.
Would you like that?
Oh, I remember that. That's Hannah. What?
Hannah Zubby.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That was Hannah Zubby. She was one of the people who tried to help G-Man, right? Hannah Zubby. I mean, they paid for a room for him when he was in New York, right? It's Hannah and Nick. And by the way, Ella, I loved your message to Jason. It was really amazing. Same thing with you, Jules. You guys did a good job with your message towards Jason.
Right. Okay.
Would you like being constantly attacked and threatened over things you didn't even do?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's personally
feel
attacking me. It's taking my kids.
I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you, Comfort Doll. I must really be hard for you and your kid. And again, I should say I'll save that for later on.
It's attacking my children.
Children.
And if I need to prove that I'm a good mom by showing my interactions with my children, I can do that.
You can prove to be a good mom by spending time with your kids and not using them as leverage to, I don't know, deflect from criticism. Your kids are human beings. Oh, I'm sorry, your kids are human beings, and they deserve to be treated as human beings. They're supposed to be prized above everything else. But instead, you chose to make videos arguing with people online and not even acknowledging whether or not your kids are going to get the next meal. I mean, honestly, does filming in progress ring a bell? Especially when you and Rev are doing OnlyFans, your kids were knocking on the door, on your bedroom door, while you guys were badly imitating sexual intercourse, which, from what I hear, isn't really all that good. In fact, your porn is the worst type of porn anyone's ever seen. And Billy should be ashamed to even purchase your OnlyFans, because he subjugated these poor guys into something that could never be unseen. But at least you gave us some entertainment with Rev's quote unquote baby carrot dick. Folks, it's not a baby carrot. I don't want it to be a fact that I have a baby carrot dick. And then you're all over here talking about Chief Pringles can. Filming in progress. So are you, Ella. Yes, I think they were, but
This is my YouTube channel.
was before you took it down.
Show you my face to see how I look.
Well, is it right? Is it right, Hannah? Do you see me involving kids in it, though?
Yes, you are involving kids.
Hannah, go fuck yourself. I'm tired of your shit.
Hannah Zubby was one of the people that tried to help G-Man. She in some...
Block?
Yes, I am.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
She deserves to be blocked.
She just... No, she doesn't. Look, I'm not going to say that... Yeah. Dude, Hannah Zubby, I have to say this. I salute you for standing up to G-Man.
Am a mother who loves my children, and my children love me. I have a right to defend myself, and I am tired of these people bullying me over and over and over again and threaten me over things that never happened.
We all know that all this... We all know that all this shit that's going on in your life, all the bad things happening in your life is, well, I hate to disappoint you, Shanny. All this shit is your own damn fault. For every stupid, evil, and illegal activity that you've done. And good God, that hairstyle isn't doing you favors. That hair color isn't doing you favors. It makes you look like a social justice warrior special snowflake.
And I will start taking legal action.
Hey,
And don't think that I won't.
Exactly.
Don't think I won't take legal action.
Well, Comfort Doll, she claims that she's never found love. Is love sitting it at what is your definition of love, Shanny? Do you want people to treat you, you want someone to treat you like a princess? Is that you want people to cherish you, worship you like a goddess? Is that your idea of love? And if that is, well, you don't deserve it. You are a heartless, hateful person with no care in the world. You are the scummiest of scumbags on the internet. And you are a danger to your kids, especially your youngest son. You have emotionally manipulated him into thinking like you. And if God forbids that he grows up to be another Christian clone, then that's your fault that he is like that. You have no education. You have no interests. You do whatever the fuck you want to do without understanding the consequences of your actions. And when you're not terrorizing the internet or the community with your senseless escapades, you are a bitch to your family. You have made fun of your son's misfortunes and you have used William's suicidal ideations as a tool to garner sympathy from people who don't even know the full story. And let's not forget the fact that you're letting your autistic son, Zachary, fail school. Granted that you've been arrested 3 times, but if anyone in the outside world sees what you do to these kids, your ass would be in prison right now, surrounded by weird chicks. You are the biggest embarrassment in the history of the internet. You are one of the biggest embarrassments on this platform. And you don't even care whether or not you lose your kids, even though you say you don't want to lose your kids, but you don't care about them. You only want to use them as a bargaining chip to garner sympathy from people who don't even know your full story.
Ugh. And I shouldn't be getting upset, and I shouldn't be getting stressed right now. Or do you want something bad to happen to me?
No, we just want you to get help, Shanny. What's up, Junebug?
Is that what you want?
Welcome to the Kaiju
you want
Club.
Bad stuff to happen to me?
Bad stuff is already happening to you
Bad
regardless.
stuff to happen to my family? You want to make it personal?
I was gonna close. This was the finale of this episode, but I will make things interesting in the later episodes. But again, bad stuff has already been happening to you, and you want to, and all the bad stuff that's just been happening to you, Shannon, is because of you. Not because of the trolls, not because of Dragnot, not because of Irate Alex or the Geek Room or Bert Toast or anyone else who, or even the drunken peasants. None of these people are responsible for your misfortune. It's all you. But you don't want to admit that you are the cause of your own problems. Instead, it's easy for you to blame everyone else. Because if, God forbid, you do take some ounce of responsibility, it wouldn't matter anymore, because you'll just blame it on everyone else.
All the time, just so you guys can have your little laughs, your little cheap jokes and cheap laughs.
I'm not going to repeat myself.
So you can feel better about what kind of people you are. It's not right what you're doing. I'm trying to be happy with my life.
And how's that going for you so far, Shanny?
My kids suffer no abuse of any kind.
Exactly.
None.
I feel sorry for those kids.
And my kids, they'll keep saying it.
What was the question you wanted to ask me, Junebug? What was the question you wanted to ask me, Junebug? I didn't because I remembered I was gonna do an interview with you, Junebug, about how you got involved with Shanny's weird world, and of course, exactly on when how you got to know Shanny for Christ. But that was just a weird thing. That was back when Shanny was mentioning you because of back when Shanny paid you to, like, I don't know, say things, and then you decide to go in the Geek Room's chat to, like, tell your tale about it, which resulted in the infamous call out video that we all saw. The one where she's berating you, saying mean things about you, saying things that aren't even true about you. I mean, I feel sorry. My heart breaks for you, Junebug, for you getting mixed up in all this mess. I mean, you didn't deserve that type of toxicity in your life. And I'm glad you kind of distanced yourself from Shanny's crazy bullshit. I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you don't have to put up with her lies all the time. I can't say the same for Tragic and Just Ash, because they're basically mentally fucked as her. And that's the thing with Shanny, is that she wants to surround herself with people who are just about as messed up as she is. The thing is, as I've been stating over and over again, that the reason why Shanny doesn't want to get help is because she has made it so that the only people that she's willing to talk to are those who would facilitate her delusions. And if you're not willing to play along with her games, then you upset her. She'll disavow you. She'll talk bad about you, throw you under the bus and whatnot. That's how she sees people, is that she uses them as meat shields to deflect criticism off, sorry. She wanted to use, Junebug, she wanted to use you as a meat shield to deflect the criticism off her, which is why she threw you under the bus. Same thing with Dragnot, and same thing with G-Man, is that she would use them as meat shields. She would manipulate people to feel sorry for her, only for it to fail miserably. I agree.
Till the day they die.
Oh, sorry. I thought she paid you. But she did pay you, right,
I know
Junebug?
you would. Mother of the Year. Yeah, you go away too.
And that's good for you,
I don't
Junebug.
need to take a short break on YouTube because these are the actions of other people that I'm saying.
No, no, Shanny. There you have it. She doesn't want to take a break from YouTube because, honestly, I really can't say that much about her. I mean, like I said earlier, had she have continued to, I don't know, better herself without the influence of Rev, without the influence of G-Man, without the influence of the internet, she would have had a substantial life. But again, it's already too late for her because her internet presence has ruined every chance Shanny had at having a normal life. I mean, she did have a job, as you've seen in the earlier video, which she would go get something to eat while coming home from work. Sorry. She did have a job. She had two jobs. One was being a cab driver, and the other was a nursing assistant at a retirement home. I mean, she tried to better herself, but it didn't work out for her because she craves the attention that people give her online. She tries to look for validation from people who don't even know her full story. And she's surprised when someone doesn't buy into it. I had to say goodnight to my mother. Anyway, like I said, Shanny could have did attempt to try and get help for her mental problems, but like what her mother said, she chose not to. Instead, she uses her mental illness as an excuse to get people to pity her. And when she comes across people who don't buy into her bullshit, who aren't fazed by her lies, she goes on a tirade and threatens and has accused people of being mean to her because they don't believe in what she tells them to believe. That's true. Oh, so she gave you donations. Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep getting those mixed up. She donated people. And that's the thing. Donating to people in need isn't what makes you a good person. It's actually being there, believing that you can do better. Shanny doesn't believe she can do better, even though she likes to claim that she can. And that's the thing that I always like to bring up, is that Shanny has this mentality where she could sometimes believe she could be a benevolent entity and get God to strike her enemies down while still trying to find validation from other people. Where one minute she's this all-powerful archangel Sandalphon, and the next she's this kind, caring woman who would give advice to people and help them out and act as a role model for her children. That's the mentality that Shanny clings to this day, is that ideology that she can be a dangerous maelstrom of terror or one minute and a generous person the next, when she is neither of those things.
I have a right to stick up for myself. I have a right to show how I interact with my children. There are plenty of YouTube pages where you see parents interacting with their children.
And those YouTube channels are just, well, clout chasers. Those YouTube channels are an act. It's just basically exploiting, it's child exploitation at this point. I mean, look at Daddy-O-5. Daddy-O-5 took advantage of his son's mental state and verbally and emotionally abused his kids to the point where both boys to the point where he had one of his kids taken from him. Actually, two of his kids taken from him, William and Emma. He took advantage of his youngest son's emotional state and tortured him psychologically, even though he claims that it's all just a prank. But doing that shit, pulling pranks on your kids is not cool. It's a form of child abuse. Even though you claim it's part of their act, people are not going to think, people aren't going to see different. Because they're probably putting on a front just to make you look innocent, but it's still child abuse regardless, even if they don't want to admit it. Exactly. Windows Sun Sanctum Sanctorum. Good evening.
Plenty.
Good evening, Sanctorum.
So keep up with the threats. But we will find you.
And by the way, don't listen. By the way, Sanctum Sanctorum, don't listen to Billy. He's a real soy boy. He just needs someone to be his punching bag, and he's targeting me, by the way. So. And because I always make weird jokes about certain things, and I probably steal jokes from Drag and the Geek Room about how Shandy's taint smells like a Wuhan fish market. I got that from drag. And of course, Billy and Bran. Billy and Bran are probably, they just want another, they just like to make fun of me because I cosplay poorly and I'm out of shape. So that's why they keep calling me Fat Man or Fat Batman, because I because I did a shitty cosplay of Batman back in 2017. And it was a last minute thing. And I think because I kind of made an ass out of myself on a stream, someone leaked those pictures and used them against me. And I kind of got pissy about it because even though I put those out there for everyone else to see, they didn't have any right to take it and use it for whatever jokes that they were going to do. I know this is the internet, but really, you're going to go that, but really, are people going to go that far just to paint me as an idiot? Yes, I do geeky stuff. I thought I could be part of the group as this group of people, like the Geek Room, because hence the name Geek Room. I didn't think that they would be like the drunken peasants, but Frank is a really cool dude. I can't say the same about Billy. And Bran's a salty boy.
You, and we will prosecute you for this stuff.
I know. And that's, yes. I do laugh along with them at times, especially when it comes to the shit that Shanny and Rev say. Because honestly, I believe the stupid shit that they have made in the past, like the whole, I don't want it to be a fact that I have a baby carrot. That was funny. And yes, I can admit that most of those cosplays I made were terrible. And I mean completely terrible. I mean, but during this whole quarantine, I've gotten better at making costumes. Well, armored costumes. I've basically wasted most of my hard-earned money on EVA foam, which is used for armor. And that cowl I made when I covered Shanny's arrest video, I made a Batman cowl, 2 Batman cowls that really look spot on. One of my finest work. I know. I understand. I understand that too, Sam. Yeah. Sometimes I forget that we're just fucking with people. We just like to fuck with each other, and it's a habit. It's a habit that I'm trying to break. It's a habit. But sometimes most of those jokes can get really old fast. I mean, come on, step your game up, Billy. Those jokes are getting really old fast. Most of those jokes are can get very old fast. And they kind of lose the hilarity in them. And I'm like, really? You're going to go there? You know what? You got to step your game up. Step your game up. I thought you were better than this. You got to make... I know. Yeah, I get that part. I get it. So it's not a big I shouldn't make it a big deal. I admit it. Like I said, we can all do better. And we do our best. And we do better. We all do our best. However, Shanny, on the other hand, is the exact opposite of us. Instead of bettering herself for her kids and for Rev, she has taken huge rolls backwards, like barrel rolls. But, and that's the thing with these things. We all like to laugh at other people's expenses. But for someone like Shanny, she doesn't have the potential of being a dangerous person right now because, well, she can't even get out of bed. But her actions and the fact that she can get information from people is telling, right? She has doxed a woman, and well, she could send people to dox others. Like Tragic, we all know that Tragic doxed Missy Ann, right? We don't know whether or not that was because he was doing it for Shanny, but we all know that. But Shanny should have known that Tragic has a bad history, and yet she chose to ignore it because she so desperately wants to have her own watchman to come and defend her. That's what I'm calling Shanny's group, the Watchmen. Well, yeah, you're fine too. And that's what I'm going to call Shanny's group, small group, is the Watchmen. And as a matter of fact, someone should like make a Photoshop job of the poster for the 2009 Watchmen film and Photoshop the faces of the people involved in Shanny's group, or at least their icons, and put Shanny's face in the background. Oh, Sam called me that? I know I'm a bit out of shape. And I'm thinking about having to do a little exercise. I mean, well, I'm basically I have this Fitbit that I wear that I usually use it to walk around in. And of course, I'm thinking about going back on this workout routine which is basically like one of those 30-day challenges. I'm thinking about going back on that next month. And by the way, what do you think about the name Shanny's Watchmen? About the name of people who enable Shanny? Do you think it's a good idea to call them Watchmen? I mean, that would be an insult to Alan Moore's work, Alan Moore's magnum opus. Yeah. That's why you got to make it small in Photoshop. Of course. But Shanny is supposed to be like a goddess character. And I'm still waiting on that Dragotica jewels. Especially the one with the nutritional yeast and the native ranch.
Remember who I'm married to.
And as a matter of fact, it should be with Mrs. D covered in nutritional yeast and native ranch. With actually, no, scratch that. It should be that Mrs. D would be covered in lobster bisque. Yeah, I agree.
Yes, it is a threat. It's a promise I will take legal action against these people.
And I could say that's not how the law works. But Shanny's too stupid enough to even listen to reason. And yes.
Like, I have every right to take legal action against these people. And you know what? That's not threatening their life or their well-being. It's me protecting my rights.
And that's the thing. It is threatening people just to make yourself look more like a victim. And we've seen that happen when you try to get Rev arrested for domestic abuse. You know damn well that the police are not going to believe you because people have receipts. People have evidence against you, Shanny. And the fact that you are too consumed by your own victimhood is detrimental to how you treat people. You treat people as if there's this grand conspiracy that the world is out to get you. But you aren't that interesting. I'm sorry, Shanny. You're not interesting enough to be this number one person. You might be interesting to some people, but that's just about it. I didn't know who you were until I saw Cecil McFly's video. And then I looked into what kind of person you actually are, and I was mortified that you are like this. That you would actually go this far to try and threaten people just because they don't agree with you. You are mentally ill, Shanny.
Just remember that.
Pizza marinara. So that video ended off with Shanny not closing out with the whole peace and Maranatha thing. But here's a palate cleanser for you. A classic Shanny clip from the time when she was still living with her parents. And she was still crying about Rev not being her boyfriend at the time. I'm going to end it off. I'm just going to end the stream off with. I'm going to end this stream off with a little palate cleanser because that was so emotionally exhausting to go through. But this, on the other hand, is a classic for me because it's one of the old classic videos that Shanny made after Chris divorced her and she had to live with her parents. And the reason why she was crying was because Jason wasn't fully her boyfriend at the time. And I freaking love it because it goes to show that, yeah, she is desperate to want.
It's went too far.
This is a classic shit.
And you shattered my heart.
I gotta end it off on a high note because this is funny.
Thousands of pieces. Because I loved you for 5 years.
This is either directed towards Chris or Jason, but I'm going with Chris because she was married to Chris for like, I don't know how many years. And that's going to be the next subject for the next Hambeast Chronicles is the ex-husband tell-all. And I will be going back to the Baja Blast beatdown.
5 years.
Again.
5 years.
But I'm going to do it individually. And I'm not going to be doing the phone call, the dispatch phone call. I'm just going to be covering the parts of the arrest, the interviews with Jason and Shanny, just to get their story, because it's delicious to see this. Because it's funny as hell when it's two sides of the story. Everybody has their side. And the fact that the police are like, fuck this shit. Because, I mean, those police officers were really nice to Jason and Shannon. Even though Shanny tried to manipulate the situation, they saw through the bullshit when Shanny tried to use her white privilege to get out of the predicament she was in. Claiming that she has fibromyalgia, she can't get up. She thought that the cops were going to take pity on her and let go and drop the charges. She thought that she could use emotional manipulation to get out of being arrested.
Oh, it even came to the point that we had phone sex with each other.
I want to hear that part again. The phone sex is funny. I will get a new Aries. I will get a new sound card. Don't worry about it. I will get a new sound card. This sound card was cheap. So expect it's a cheap ass sound card. So I will get a better one. Once I learn how to work Patreon or StreamYards, or how to work that shit, I will be asking for the donations so that I can afford better equipment. I still don't know how to get people to support me yet.
Oh, it even came to the point that we had phone sex with each other.
Phone sex?
Point that we had phone sex with each other. We had phone sex with each other. Phone sex with
Remix!
each other.
I think she was talking about Jason when she talked about the whole phone sex thing. Because, oh, I will, boy. I will. Well, that pretty much does it for this episode, this installment of the Hambeast Chronicles. I know it was a bit longer than expected, but then again, covering Shanny, it takes a while to get things going. So I hope you guys liked it, and be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell notification to see whether or not you will get another video. And I will talk to you guys next time. So, peace, marinara sauce. See you later, folks. And it's not a baby carrot.